Hey guys, Red here, and before this interview starts, I want to explain what's really going on because honestly, this video is unlike any video I've done with really anything. And the only reason for that is we had so many complications with scheduling an interview, scheduling with a Skype call, scheduling this, scheduling that. And it's not it's not my fault or his fault really. It's just it just couldn't happen, and that's fine. But I just want to go ahead and tell everyone what's going on. That way you're aware. That way something you're perfectly just going, oh, okay, it's not that thing. It's just yeah, we just honestly we couldn't do it the way I originally do it with all my other interviewees. So we had to do it this way, which is fine. However, it's not ideal. And this is a upcoming any other people my interview. I'm going to suggest not doing this only because it's I don't know. It's just to me, I just honestly don't like it. But I do not mind doing this more often. It's just time consuming, which is fine, whatever. But I am going to just get to the interview, and basically here's what's going on. I tried interviewing him, I tried getting on Skype with him, but because he had family issues, he had to move to New York. And because he moved with his parents in New York, the internet with his parents isn't as great as it once was, so yeah, it's not as great as it once was, so he can't do Skype calls, he can't do anything, really. So I had to basically just go, okay, here's what we will do then. He sends me an audio file, and I showed him all the questions, and we can just connect them. So that is what was going to happen. So thanks again for having patience, and I'm not sure if this is going to come out when I want it to. Probably not because of the editing I have to do with it. But thanks anyways, and I will let you guys watch the video. Goodbye. Well, until you watch the video, but we're all connected, so yeah. Hey guys, Red here. Alright, so today we're doing another Red interviews, and today we're joined with PM Seymour, who does a ton of voice acting work for multiple video games, and honestly what I know him most for is Travis and his others. Say hi, Patrick, or Patrick as in P in the PM. I don't know what the rest stands for. Say hi.
What's up, dudes? How you doing?
Okay, first question. What roles have you done besides just Aphmau? Because I know you've done a couple roles for Aphmau, but what other roles have you done?
There's Commander Torque for Freedom Planet that's now out on the Nintendo Wii U, the PS4, Steam, Mac, PC, Linux, a lot of things really. There's Q for Hunky Pop, which actually got me the role of Travis, so that's also been a really amusing role to play. Characters for Yandere Simulator like Budo Monster, Flame Demon, and they just introduced the latest update with the new club's Science Guy. Name is undetermined right now, but yeah, I voiced him at the very end for the latest video.
So my next question is, what is the favorite role that you have done so far, at least?
Hey, it's definitely Q right now. Q is just, he is way beyond any sort of comfort zone I've ever done with the character, and he is just, everything that I've done for him so far has been just an absolute delight. Like the latest thing that I did with him was the update video that Michaela did on Hunky Pop, and just I had so many favorite lines in that. Oh my god, it's one of my favorites. Just the amount of insanity that Q has as a character is just absolutely delightful.
Did you ever think that you would be known for voice acting and or for Aphmau, like, at all?
Acting for me was always sort of a was a way of wanting to act, like, because I got into it originally because I was too self-conscious to be on the stage anymore. So I was trying to find alternatives to doing it. And when I was around 17, I was told of like people like doing that sort of stuff online. So I figured I might as well just try to put myself out there, see what I get. And then like started to build on it, started to practice, went to classes, like read a lot of books and everything like that. And now it's sort of like 10 years later, here I am doing all these really fun things that never would I have imagined in my life being able to do. It's been really awesome.
How did you meet Aphmau or Jessica? Like, did she audition you for a role and you just kind of got it, or what's up with that?
I have made mention of this in the past, and I touched on it briefly before. Um, because of the Hunky Pop videos with Q and everything like that, Jess found me that way, contacted me on Twitter, and then we did a meeting on Skype. Just pretty much gave me a quick rundown of how she wanted the character to sound, and I did a quick run through, and I think it was a few lines from the first episode that Travis showed up in on Minecraft My Street, and I went from there. Like the original idea was for Travis to be more like a goofier version of Tamaki from On High School, and then it kind of ended up being sort of a combo of how I normally sound, but still kind of keeping that softy tone to it. It's I really like Travis for that, just being able to eventually mold him into a character that's like become very relatable, not only for myself but a lot of other people.
Do you have any suggestions for people who want to become in the voice acting field, or even in the YouTubing field, that you can tell us?
The YouTube community, I really can't give any advice on because right now my YouTube is just mainly if I feel like doing something, I'm gonna do it for that channel. And then like that's usually how it ends up just being a whole bunch of like pun videos or just really short little comic dubs. It's sort of like one of those in the moment things. It's like I see it and I'm like, I want to do it. Um, I mean, in terms of like putting yourself out there on YouTube, I could just say, yeah, I mean, if it's worked out for me, I mean, I've seen other people just do it. Just keep making videos, keep just putting yourself there, making your presence well known, and you definitely will start building up followers to that. In terms of voiceover acting, um, practice, definitely. It's one of those things. They took 10 years to kind of get to the spot where I am now, and like even in the back of my mind I'm thinking I definitely want to go a lot farther than this. So it's one of those, keep practicing, keep going to the classes. If you can find workshops, go to them, practice on your free time, do little random videos like to just make sure you don't get rusty. And like above all else, just keep like a nice presentable but professional attitude when it comes to like auditions and everything like that. Like don't pass yourself off as too desperate or like try to like sweet talk your way with the directors or anything like that. Just, present yourself in your auditions, thank them for their time, and then just wait for that phone call or that email or that text message if that's how they roll.
How did you get the part of Travis, um, or even of Brendan? I think, yeah, Brendan.
Well, since we already talked about Travis, let's talk about Brendan. Brendan was one of those. The role was pretty much just put in my lap, and I happily did it. But at the same time, it came at one of the most rather inconvenient times in my life. I was like I won't dive into like the personal details, but I was visiting my grandparents at the time, who, just not doing too hot, and then so I wasn't really near any equipment at the time. Like I only had my to-go stuff with me, and then like I get a message saying we need you to voice this character if you can. I was like, it'd be nice to do one more character for the series, and I was like, Brendan actually became rather enjoyable to do down the line, especially for Minecraft Diaries, because I've been honestly treating his character like if he was Timmy Turner's dad from Fairly Odd Parents, just sort of that same mannerisms and tone, and sort of like the very like goofy dad type of guy, and I really love him.
How did you get the part of Travis, um, or even of Brendan? I think, yeah, Brendan.
Well, since we already talked about Travis, let's talk about Brendan. Brendan was one of those. The role was pretty much just put in my lap, and I happily did it. But at the same time, it came at one of the most rather inconvenient times in my life. I was I won't dive into like the personal details, but I was visiting my grandparents at the time, who, just not doing too hot. And then, so I wasn't really near any equipment at the time. Like, I only had my to go stuff with me. And then, like, I get a message saying, we need you to voice this character if you can. I was like, it'd be nice to do one more character for the series. And I was like, Brendan actually became rather enjoyable to do down the line, especially for Minecraft Diaries, because I've been honestly treating his character like if he was Timmy Turner's dad from Fairly Odd Parents, just sort of that same mannerisms and tone, and sort of like the very like goofy dad type of guy, and I really love him.
So with the character development from with Minecraft Diaries, I'm talking from. So with that in mind, I'm referring to the Minecraft Diaries. So this might be a little spoilish. I don't think so, but um, Travis was really demented and like perverted. Were you honestly okay with that, or if it's a role, it's a role? You know, you do you. You know, or were you going? I don't know if these are okay, but you were going, oh, this is a role. This is not me. How do you see this?
Is with a lot of roles that I've done, I do find a lot of common ground with the characters and everything like that, just so I can get like a little bit more in tune with their personalities and everything. Now, like, I don't condone a lot of the things that Travis has said or done or anything like that, but I mean, there's a lot of moments that he has where it's just like, okay, not only have I been there, but I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of other people have been there. It's one of those, it's as you progress further with like acting and everything like that, it's a little easier to snap back in and out of characters and everything like that. Like for me, I've developed like certain I call them flip switch words. It's sort of like you say a few things as the character and you immediately can jump into that personality. And then I have switch words that come out of it. So like things that I personally think of, and it's like, okay, cool, I'm done being this character now. And so yeah, like Travis definitely has a few things that I don't fully like respect or anything like that, but that's just a given based on my personal preferences. But I mean, I still love him.
Well, I think that's all the questions I have, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Hey, the dudes. Hey, the